to the vacation vlog. All right, it's Saturday. We are packed. We dropped the dog off with my cousin. I only shed 2 to 2.5 tears about that, but he's obviously gonna be fine. I'm just like that. Anyway, this is our first time taking a vacation that's like, we're taking a vacation. Like, we have gone camping together just for like a weekend, and we have also gone to see our families together, but we have not like gone on a vacation. So we're finally doing that. We are going to Portland. It is December. It is going to be cold and raining the whole time, but that is absolutely not going to dampen my spirits. I don't care. I'm going to be somewhere else. I'm going to be with Connor. We're going to be getting soaking wet probably. We're going to be cold, but we're going to be seeing something new, and I am so excited. We don't have a solid plan. We do have a lot of ideas and lists of things to see, things to eat, independent bookstores to support. So hopefully we're going to be hitting as many of those as we can. And yeah, you'll just have to see what happens when it happens. We're only gonna have like 4.5 days to actually enjoy Portland, so we're just gonna make the most of it. And I'm probably not gonna be like reading a ton, but I am gonna read on the plane at least. So I'm gonna have some plane time and some layover airport time to read today before the vacation really takes off, as it were. And I'm gonna be reading Mansfield Park. I have just under 200 pages left, and I think that I actually have no idea how much I will be able to read, but I usually like can read a lot on an airplane because like there's nothing else to do and there's nothing to distract me. Even my phone can't distract me, you know, which is like its main function. So fingers crossed that I will like really get through that. But I'm also bringing my Kindle, and I'm sure I'm also gonna pick up a few things while we're there. So can't wait to see, can't wait to be there, can't wait to be on vacation, and can't wait to show you everything. So let's get a move on. Look at where we are, this hotel. Yes. Cute. Okay, back at the hotel, we did have to, as soon as we checked in, leave immediately to find something to eat, but we had pizza at this place that was actually right around the corner from Powell's, but we did not go to Powell's. We're gonna do that a different time, but we did have pizza in our back, and we're gonna go have a drink in the lobby, which is extremely cool. But I just wanted to say we're in Portland, and I read 110 pages of Mansfield Park on the planes. So now I have 90 pages left, and I don't think I'm gonna get a ton of reading done while we're here, but I also don't know that I'm gonna get the same amount of reading done on the plane ride back because we have a direct flight, so it will be like way less hours that I will be reading. But anyway, that's the book part of this, so there you go. Now let's go get blasted in the lobby.
All right, there we go. Let's get the full fit.
Full fit check.
Oh, there it is. Here we go. Out in Portland. We just got coffee at Stumptown.
Whose vlog is this? Yeah, we're just walking around a little bit. We got coffee, and turns out nothing here opens until 10 on a Sunday. So we're just going to walk around for like an hour and a half before things start to open, which is fine. We're hanging out. We're just like, we found this little park. It's very little.
It's got that thing.
All right, our morning outing was really nice, and we did end up, after getting our coffee and walking around, we still had some time to kill before things that we wanted to go to see were going to be open. So we came back to the hotel, we played giant chess. Connor won, but I think I put up a pretty good fight for somebody who barely knows how to play chess. And then we went back out to go to Powell's, and then to this bakery that had some stuff that we wanted to get. Anyway, now I'm back here, back in my hotel room. I'm coming to you actually from this In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware themed armchair, which I think is kind of thoughtful of them to have put here for me. And I'm gonna do a little haul because we did some damage at Powell's. Powell's, the largest independent bookstore in the country. I just want to say, like, yes, it is huge. It's literally a whole city block, and I think they have another location on the other side of Portland. But it's like so big that it's almost like, you know, whatever. I don't want to be coming to this vlog only to support Powell's, so we're definitely going to pop into some other smaller independent bookstores on this trip. I hope. Like I said, we don't have a solid plan, but we have a list. So anyway, at Powell's, we were in there for almost 3 hours, and I at times was thinking, like, I can't leave here because it's so big. There's so much, and there's new books and used books, and there's like 3 levels, and there's half levels, and it's just like, it's full. And it's like a Sunday kind of near Christmas time, so it was also like a little bit packed, but I really loved being in there, and I wanted to stay, maybe forever. But okay, here's what I got. So this is what me and Connor got, but I'm just gonna do the whole haul. I got Devotion and Wool Gathering, both by Patti Smith. Wool Gathering is, I think they're both poetry. They are both poetry. Thank you. These are 2 books of poetry by Patti Smith, whom I love. I have been looking for these and all of her actually published work, and was really excited to find some at Powell's, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So I did it. Okay. Then something that I wanted to do was find a book that I like a book that I wanted to read that I had never heard of before. And so I got Cinnamon and Gunpowder by Eli Brown. Never heard of this. NPR Best Book of the Year, though, from 2013. And this was like staff recommends or something, and the little tag said like Cinnamon and Gunpowder is like historical novel that combines like, or that's about a chef who gets kidnapped by pirates in the 1800s. Duh, or like something. And I was like, duh, yeah, this is coming with me. So yeah, I just think it's gonna be, I didn't even read the summary. I just read that little tag that somebody left, like a staff pick, and I was like, sold. The year is 1819. Renowned chef has been kidnapped by a beautiful yet ruthless pirate. Oh, I didn't know that it was also going to be a romance, apparently. Bonappetit.com says a swashbuckler of a cookbook and a romance too. So yeah, I can't wait to read this. Never heard of it. This is what we love. This is what I love. And then I did aim to get 2 books that I had never heard of. But then I couldn't pick something. I was just like, ugh. And then I saw this, The Seed Keeper by Dan Wilson. And I have heard of this, and I want to read it, and so I bought it. It's a new release, but it is a paperback, which is my preference. And it's also printed by Milkweed Editions, which they print their books on 100% post-consumer waste recycled paper. So that's like amazing. Thank you. No new paper in books, please. I'm sure that there's like some nuance in there that I don't know about, but I really like that. And it's blurred by Robin Wall Kimmerer. Anyway, this is about a woman who she spent the previous 2 decades watching as her white husband's family farm is threatened first by drought and then by a predatory chemical company. We're not naming names, but we all know who it is. Now grieving, she finally begins to confront the past and embrace the future, and in the process learns what it means to be descended from women with souls of iron, women who have protected their families, their traditions, and a precious cache of seeds through generations of hardship and loss. Is it cache or cache? I'll never know. Another book about like plants and the land, but it is fiction. I can't wait to read it because of all of the things I've already said about it. So I did just go ahead and grab myself a copy of this because I think I'm gonna love it. And I also, one of the things that prompts me to actually buy a book versus just relying on my library is, there's many things, but one of them is just like, will I want someone else that I love to read this? Will I want to pass this around? And I feel like I'll probably want to pass this around. So, yay. Okay, these are the books that were technically Connor's pick, but I'm still really excited about them, so I'm just going to share. Spineless by Julie Berwald. This is about jellyfish, and it's another, it's a member of my favorite like science memoir genre, so I'm really excited for Connor to read it and remind me of all of the crazy stuff about jellyfish that I learned when I first read this book. That was a couple of years ago, and I honestly could see myself reading this again someday. Anyway, also I just like am haunted by how stunning this cover is. Like speechless. This cover is perfect. So I can't wait for Connor to read this and tell me all about it, even though I already read it. Then, The Triumph of Seeds by Thor Hansen. How grains, nuts, kernels, pulses, and pips conquered the plant kingdom and shaped human history. This is just like, absolutely, I'm gonna read this too. We're gonna be obsessed with this book, I can just tell. We live in a world of seeds. A book of knowledge and adventure. Charm of a fireside storyteller and hard-won expertise of field biologist. Absolutely exactly what I love. We spent a long time in the natural sciences aisles, and I was working very hard not to absolutely fill up our basket. So yeah, this is from there, and I can't wait to read it. Wow. Okay, final book is the Korean Vegan Cookbook. This is a vegan cookbook full of Korean dishes. It's beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, I can't wait to get into this when we get home and just like have some fun with it, and always exciting to acquire a new cookbook for me. And then also we got this mushroom puzzle because we do love puzzles and we do love mushrooms, so there you go. That is the end of this haul. I have no idea what we're gonna do now, but I might eat my sticky bun and then we'll just see how you feel after that.
Welcome back to another edition of Connor's vlog and Ruby's channel. Here we are at the fireplace. There's Ruby enjoying her book. We played chess earlier and I did beat her. So I don't know. We just kind of put the pieces back on the board. A little Connor's corner, as they call it. What are you reading there, Ruby? Wool gathering. And action. Hey everybody, it's episode 2 of Connor's vlog with Ruby. Honestly, we're having a lot of fun out here. Connor's corner. You already know what it is. Look at that tree. Bam. 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 Okay, Ruby doesn't like that, but you know what? It's my vlog, not hers, so she doesn't get that much of a say in it.
All right, back up a little. All right, we got up this morning and we had kind of a plan. We were kind of amped about it, but you know what? It's raining kind of a lot, and a lot of the like coffee shops that we have been seeing are still not, or maybe again, not having indoor dining or seating. So we were like walking around for a long time. It was a really nice walk, and we went to this bakery with coffee and stuff, and we were excited to like, you know, have a treat, but they don't allow anybody to stay there, and it's pouring rain, so we can't eat outside anywhere. So kind of we just had to come back to the hotel to eat our treats, which is not ideal, but it's fine, you know. It is a pandemic. But also, like, it's Monday and nothing's open. Like, there's 3 different bookstores I wanted to go to. None of them are open on Mondays. One of them is temporarily closed. Like, museums, there's 2 different museums that we want to go to, not open on Mondays. So I don't really know what today's gonna bring, because it's Monday.
Wait, make that face again and go, because it's Monday?
Because it's Monday.
Okay, let's do another cut of that. Just, you know, find what really works. Okay, and it's what?
Because it's Monday. Why is that so funny? Anyway.
Because you look insane.
Cheers to that Monday. Okay, what a day. I'm gonna try to do this quick so that nobody comes in and sees me in the lobby. It's Monday night. I'm here alone in the lobby. I have this tea that I got from a coffee shop like right before it closed, and I brought Mansfield Park down to the lobby with me. I just have like a bunch of things that I need to catch you up on. So first of all, please enjoy this B-roll of our time at Washington Park today. It was absolutely beautiful, and it was just like so different from the kinds of things that we see in San Diego all the time, so that made it extra special. And even though it was wet, it was still really nice. Okay, I finished Wool Gathering yesterday by Patti Smith. I bought it and then I read it and I loved it, and it really made me want to like do art. Like I was like, yes, I am an artist. Let's do it. I literally texted my friend as I was reading it and I was like, should I start writing poetry? I think I should. So that's on the horizon. I'm really just like, I just love Patti and I loved Wool Gathering. It was short and sweet. I think, you know, it's as far as poetry, it was mostly written more as like prose than verse, so in that way it's pretty accessible, but it still like had such like vivid imagery and sweet little weird things that just, it's like so Patti Smith. So okay, loved that. And then last night as I was going to bed, I also finished this book, The Maid. I forget who it's by, but I talked about it in my TBR. I have an arc of it from NetGalley. I think it's a debut, and it really just solidified for me that I don't like cozy mysteries. I think that this was like my best shot at liking one, but I didn't really like it. I felt like the main character was autistic, and that was never explicitly stated, and I'm sure that once this book is like out, there will be someone who's able to speak on that better than I, but I felt like that was too much of a plot device to also like never be said. Like it was like, she's just kind of quirky and she doesn't always understand social cues, and so that gets our main character into a huge amount of trouble, and I just was really bothered by that. But I feel like that's kind of how cozies are. They're just like very light. Like the whole thing was extremely light, but there were some extremely dark things happening. And at first I thought that it was fine because the murder was one that I was kind of like, yeah, he could be dead. That's fine. But then there was just like some other things coming up thematically and plot-wise that I was like, oh my God, because there's no emotional depth. So I don't like cozies, and I will not be trying another one for hopefully a while. So that is great, and now I'm ready to jump back into Mansfield Park. But after our amazing walk in Washington Park, which I was a little bit nervous about because after our morning, we took a really nice stroll. We went over this bridge. We saw all of this. It was all misty because it was raining in the trees, and I was like, is this Twin Peaks? Dang. Yeah, so it was like quote unquote poor weather, and we did have to wait for a really long time to cross this road because of a train, which I guess is like one of those things, you know? So anyway, after that, we hung out here for a while, just trying to like regroup and hope for the rain to die down a little bit, which it did, and that's where we were able to go to the park. And it's a really nice walk over there. We went to this really weird place called Scraps, I think, and it was like scrap craft supplies of like all kinds and sorts, which I was like, if I lived here, like I would be obsessed with that place. And after we had our fill of the park, we went to this really cute place to get some bento, and we had sake flights, and then we had all of this like lovely little snacks. It was so good. So that was really nice. And then we walked back to the hotel. We walked back to get tea, and then we came back to the hotel. And now it's dark, but it's not that late. So we're gonna do dinner eventually. I have no idea what. It is still raining, and hopefully tomorrow we're gonna go on a hike and see a waterfall. But for now, I love Patti Smith, and I'm gonna go back to my Jane Austen. Cheers. Okay, yesterday after I finished my little reading by the fire moment, we did go out for dinner. We went to this place that was like right around the corner from our hotel. It was so good. It was so beautiful. It was like an Iraqi restaurant. I don't know like very much about what that cuisine is specifically like. It seemed like it was a lot like other like Middle Eastern restaurants that I've been to. And the decor, oh my God, it was so beautiful. The ambiance, the hummus platter. Like, anyway, it was so good, but it was also very intimate and like quiet. and so I felt way too self-conscious to get any footage of the whole thing, but maybe I can put up a picture from their website because it just was like really beautiful. And we had a lovely time. Then we came back here and basically passed right out. I was so tired. Oh, and I also started another book last night, The Land of Big Numbers by Ping Chen, which is a bunch of short stories about people in China. And I have nothing to say about that at this time. Anyway, today we're going hiking with Connor's friend Amira, who lives up here. She's gonna show us some waterfalls. Apparently that's like the thing. If you're hiking in Portland, it's like, how many waterfalls did you see? That's like the cred. So I think we're gonna see at least 2. And pretty excited about that. It's like the least rainy day today, allegedly, but it's also, I think, the coldest. This morning we walked to this little food cart, like nook. There was just like a bunch of food carts in this one little park. That's apparently a big thing here. We've seen a couple of other pods like this, but none of them have been super open. But there was one cart that was open at this one because it was a breakfast cart, and they had like just a bunch of different egg sandwiches. So we brought some of those back to our hotel again, because although we could have sat and eaten somewhere out there, it was wet and cold, so we came back. And yeah, we're gonna get picked up for our hike in not very long, so wow, I can't wait. Every day is a new adventure, you know? I hope you enjoyed that gratuitous footage of the beautiful hike that we went on today. I'm coming to you now post shower, and I simply could not do this vlog without wearing this robe at least once. Like, this is just the robe that was in this hotel room, and it's everything. So after all of that beautiful sightseeing that Connor's friend Amira guided us through, she dropped us off in a new area that we hadn't been to before so that we could just like wander around a little bit, and she had to go do some stuff. And so we did go to the other Powell's Books location and grab just like a coffee and a pastry really quick because we were so hungry. But then we sort of just like were wandering around. I was hoping to go to another bookstore today, but the two that were gonna be like kind of in that area that I wanted to go to were both closed on Tuesdays. Like, are you kidding me? Someone's playing a joke on me, and I don't know who. But yeah, we just walked around. We got curries at this like little food truck that were really good, hit the spot. It was lovely, and because it had been sunny all day, we were able to eat outside, even though it was pretty cold. The curry was very hot, so that kind of made up for it, in my opinion. And then we met up with Amira again and got ice cream. And I had, listen to this, I had 1 scoop of coconut lemon saffron and another scoop of mango sticky rice flavored ice cream. It was so good. Connor had a chocolate caramel milkshake, which was also good. But I can't stress enough like how mad I am about the book situation. Like 17 times a day I open up Google Maps and search book and then I look at all the results and they're all closed for one reason or another, except Powell's, which is fine. I'm home. I'm back here in my green room. What a journey. So on my last full day in Portland, which was yesterday, I'm just gonna like rewind a little bit because I did film a clip, but the angle is really weird, so we're doing it again. So on our final day in Portland, it was also our rainiest day, so we went to the Portland Art Museum, which was really fun, cool, and just like nice to be in a museum, you know. That's something that I haven't done in ages, so it was so nice. And there was a really cool like ancient Egypt tomb of Queen Nefertari exhibit, and that was cool because there were a lot of like sarcophagi, which it turns out are actually like not stone, they're made of wood, and then they're covered in plaster and painted, so they're just like carved out of wood, not stone, which I just didn't know. And there also was, there was a bunch of exhibits. The other thing that was notable and cool was the like kind of ancient and modern art from the indigenous people of the area. That was cool to see, a lot of beading and baskets and stuff, and also some, again, more modern art pieces, sculpture, paintings, and pottery and stuff. That was really cool. I didn't take out my camera at all while we were in the museum. I just like wasn't feeling it, but if I can find it, I will put a picture of a portrait that I absolutely adored. Wow. But then after the museum, we went to Voodoo Donuts, and that was cool. It was raining like a lot at that time, and it was like a Wednesday afternoon, but somehow there was still quite the line. It just was like, that was the wettest, rainiest moment for us, is that 20 minutes that we were waiting in line outside of Voodoo Donuts. But anyway, it was cute, it was cool. We got some donuts, we got coffee, we went back to the hotel. At the hotel, we played another game of chess by the fire in the lobby with our coffee. I won this round, although kind of by accident, but I still won. And then we just read for a while. This whole time, Connor has been reading Pachinko by Min Jin Lee. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but love that. That's one of my all-time faves. Our last evening in Portland, we took another walk back across the river to the east side, and we went to this bar where we met up with Connor's friend Amira again and her boyfriend, and they brought one of their dogs, and we just had some drinks and some good times and good cheer. It's just nice to hang out and chat. And now it's today. This morning we woke up in Portland. Our flight was in the afternoon, so we kind of just had the morning to like gather ourselves. We didn't really have enough time to like do something, but we did go back to Powell's. Listen, I tried to go to another bookstore while I was there. I wanted to go to so many, but things were just not open. I went back to Powell's and I bought 2 more books. And I will now tell you about them. So the first one is Upstream by Mary Oliver. Mary Oliver is a poet, but this is a collection of essays that she wrote. I think that this came out pretty recently. I just know that I had been hearing about it, thinking about it. I think it's, though it is essays, it's also very poetic still. Her poetry is kind of about nature and like connecting with the natural world, as kind of like a way to understand the self and also like find God. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I do want to read some of her poetry, and I did look at a couple of collections of her poetry when I was looking at this, but I decided to go with the essays because that's just a little bit more within my comfort zone. So we're gonna work our way towards poetry. The next book, the other book, is this book, Erosion by Terry Tempest Williams. This is another collection of essays of undoing. So it seems like these are essays about climate change and the climate crisis, but not like only about specifically erosion, like the erosion of maybe concepts, not just things. So from there, basically, we shoved all these books into our suitcase and head to the airport, and then back here to San Diego. And then we went right from the airport here to my cousin's apartment to pick up Carvin, who was really excited to see Connor, but didn't start being like crazy and cute until after I put my phone down. So sorry, the footage is not an accurate representation of how cute he was being. The last thing I have to say before I close out this vlog is that I did finish Mansfield Park on the plane. I did finish it. Oh my god, I'm so close to my Jane Austen goal, and I'm gonna cross that off my TikTok TBR board, and I'll just say it was fine. I think like the whole first half of the book I didn't need. It's just like exposition. We're just setting it up, and I know that I've gone on record to say that I like when books are boring and nothing happens, but this was too much. But then like there is kind of a shift basically in the middle of the book where Fanny basically grows up and like becomes a little bit more interesting, and also the people around her start to see her as a person, and then things kind of get good. Proposals, heartbreak, betrayal, good. But then we get to the end, and it's like things have been building, right? Things are happening. There's, like I said, betrayals, heartbreak, whatever. And then it ends. Instead of it ending, you get an epilogue. It's like, just like, yeah, like an afterword of like where they are now, you know? So I really did not appreciate that, but it is what it is. I ended up giving this book 3 out of 5 stars because it was good, but like the ending and the whole first half, what? So that is just about everything. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I hope you had just about as much fun in Portland as I did. And I appreciate you liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. And I will see you back here next time. Goodbye.